We're all discovering, we all spend our entire lifetimes trying to understand why we're even here, what the purpose of all this is. We'll question it every day. But until we actually have full faith in God, we'll continue to look for cheap answers. We'll continue to chase quick dopamine hits, partying, sleeping around with random people, overindulging in processed foods and watching TV and porn, gossiping, all these low vibrational activities that may feel like they serve us in the moment, but it's actually poison in the end. And I'm so glad, because I was always hesitant to talk about God, because most people don't, and because they don't, you can't really relate to them. You can't really speak to someone about God who doesn't even spend time thinking about him on a day-to-day basis. And it makes things a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Mundane. And mundane. We experience these same things over and over again. And morning. And this was literally my life for a very long time. I was doubting. I didn't have full faith in God. In fact, I gave up on him. And I was so ignorant, but I was just young. I was just young and insecure, running away from all my problems, wishing that they never happened, and asking God, how could you do this to me? Why me? And just playing the victim mentality for a very long time. And you know what that got me? Nothing but more pain and suffering. What I've come to really realise is that in order for you to have full faith in God and to believe in God, you must be a very strong person. You must be a very strong person, because some of the things that God may put you through, once you fully surrender to his mercy, to his energy, he will put you through tests. He will put you through challenges to almost break you. And the breaking will happen of the old version of who you no longer are. That's what actually happens. The transformation, the elevation of frequency occurs when we stop trying, when we stop forcing to be someone who we no longer are. Who you were in the past, the actions, the habits, the behaviors, the decisions that may have served you then. But we forget, because we get comfortable with life at times, and we just want it to always be like this. But there are ebbs and flows of life. Life flows like the waves of an ocean. They don't fight against each other. They just align. They just connect. And that's what makes the whole difference in life, because we think that we know. I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew who I was, what I was doing, what things meant, and I didn't. They were just illusions. And I was lying to myself for a very, very long time, and I didn't know it. And because I believed the lies for so long, they felt real for a period of time. And then shortly after, I realized I was lying to myself. I was lying to myself, I was lying to my friends, I was lying to my family, because I couldn't come to terms with the fact that who I am is maybe someone different than I actually am. Hello. So I just want to speak my truth, always, because I'm tired. I'm tired of pretending to be someone who I used to be, someone who I'm not anymore. And I believe there is something greater. I believe that all of us, if you're watching this video right now, that's because God himself wants you to hear this. So if you can take anything from this video, is to remember that you are here for a purpose. You are here for a reason. This isn't random. Life didn't just happen and you're here to work a job, a corporate job, to make money, to accumulate items, and then you just die. That is someone else's idea of life. That's not the truth. Who said? Same with the age bullshit, right? By 25 you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be there, you're supposed to have that. By whose standards? Who said that? Just another person. Someone in the TV, maybe in a suit, or someone you may have overheard said you have to do this by 30 and you got to be this type of person and you have to have a house and you have to have kids, and if you're not, you're a failure. You're not good enough. You don't deserve to be a good person. Isn't that funny? And that's a pattern that I've noticed for quite a while now. I've said it on previous videos that my turning point in life was the moment that I gave up. I gave up on myself because I couldn't handle who I was at the time. I put myself in so many difficult experiences, and as a result experienced constant resistance. And I'm sure that you can relate, because when we spend time pretending to be someone who we're not, life seems so much harder than what it actually is. And the beautiful part about life is whenever any of these challenges actually happen, whenever any adversities happen, when things are actually taken away from us, or we get so close to experiencing that thing that we've really wanted and then it just gets taken away, and we start to lose our mind, and that's why we lose faith in God, and that's why we think, oh, how did this happen? I was so close. And do you know why? Because there's something greater beyond our own mind that is actually revealing itself in front of us. It's trying to teach us every single day. It's trying to make us humble and honest and authentic, and live from a higher state of consciousness with purpose. Walk with your chest up, walk tall, walk confident. When you walk into a room, do not pretend to be somebody. That's who you are everywhere that you go. Whoever you speak to, you're the same person. You don't shy away. You don't fear nobody apart from God, because only God can decide and only God can judge. And And even He doesn't judge, regardless of what you do. When you just get on your knees and pray and surrender and ask for mercy, He immediately forgives. You may have to pay the price, but that's the perfection of this universe. We may not always get what we want, but we will always get what we need in that moment. Having faith in God, understanding who God is. I'm still in the process of understanding who He is. I'm still in the process of understanding who I am. But each day, I collect more data, and I am more certain about myself, and about who God is, and why He is, and what is actually going on this planet. Because sometimes it's indescribable, and it's challenging, and it's hard, and it's difficult. But that's the intention, is to mold us, is to shape us. Think about a diamond. A diamond goes through insane heat and pressure, and then it shines. There are so many different metaphors that make so much, in fact, complete sense. Look at nature, look at the tree. Look at the tree. Think about when the seed of a tree is planted, right? First of all, the law of cause and effect. If we want to plant apple trees, we can't expect pear trees to grow, because that doesn't make any sense, right? Second thing, in order for a plant to grow, it goes underground, in the dirt, where no one can see it, where it's challenging, where it's difficult. It is forced to plant a foundation, to set its roots. And then when the season is ready, when the time is right, it flourishes. It doesn't scream when it comes out of the ground, it just does it naturally, because that's its intention. The seed's been planted, it's ready to grow, it grows, and then the fruits appear. At the end, when the tree is ready, when the tree is already mature, and that could take years, it could take a lifetime, but hey, what are we rushing for? We're not going anywhere. That's the mindset we have at times. We just want to get somewhere. We want to get somewhere as fast as we can, where we're not. We want to get somewhere other than where we are as fast as we can, because that's what we have in our mind. Because we believe, because we identify with the thoughts that are in our mind all the time, this stream of thinking, and we think that it's real when it's not. It's a lie. They're just thoughts in a world full of thoughts. When you start to understand that this narrative that's constantly going on 24/7 is not who you are, that's when you begin to awaken. That's when you begin to wake up and connect the dots. Because the moment you stop identifying with your thoughts, there's a greater responsibility. You realize that there's more to life than just your own thoughts and what you thought you wanted and needed. There's a greater thing playing out, and that's what makes it so beautiful, because there is no agenda. What we thought we wanted all these years, for 99% of people, it's not it. And that's why we have sudden breakdowns. That's why we have awakenings. That's why we have people going into depression and these states where it feels like it's the end of the world, when in reality that's the butterfly effect. That's the caterpillar transforming, transcending, letting go of what they once thought they were and going to the next level, expanding to the next dimension. So I'm going to leave it at this, and I just want you to know that God is everywhere. He doesn't judge, he doesn't label, he doesn't condemn. He's ready when you are. And when you feel God's presence, if you've never felt it before, it may feel overwhelming. Because after all, He is the creator of this universe. Can you imagine who the creator of this universe is, His power, what He would look like, what He's capable of? And we think we know. We don't know a lot. And that's why we must be humble, surrender, live to the best of our ability, to be authentic, and to live our truth day in, day out. So it is probably around 7 a.m. I'm glad I was able to get this off my chest and share this with you. Whoever made it to the end of this video, God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in another video. Take care.